Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach you laser instruments for surgery. So, how laser is used for performing various types of surgeries. Okay. So, under this, the first topic is removal of tumors of vocal cords. Okay. So, in vocal cord tumors, how laser plays a role in removing it. Okay, so this is the anatomy of our vocal cord. So vocal cord is actually, it is basically it is opening and closing system for that helps a human being to breathe and speak. Okay, so just listen, this is the windpipe, okay, through which only your lungs will be connected. So the windpipe, so this is the opening of the windpipe. So this is opened by, this is closed by the vocal cords. Okay, so when we breathe, the vocal cords will be opened and closed based upon breathing and speaking. Okay, so this is the cross section or top view of this vocal cord. So here we have an epiglottis, that is the tissue that covers the windpipe or the opening. So this white portion is the vocal cord. So and inside it we have a windpipe or trachea. Okay, so based upon the breathing and speaking pattern, it will be opened and closed. Okay, so in this vocal cord, we may have some tumors or anything, so that can be removed by using the laser. Okay, so in vocal cords we may have some difficulties like some polyps or some tumors will be grown on maybe grown on this vocal cord, so that can be removed. Or sometimes the vocal cord, because of some paralysis, the vocal cords may not be functioning properly, so for that also laser or vocal cord surgery can be performed. And in some other cases, what will happen, the vocal cords cannot be opened or closed properly, so for that also laser vocal cord surgery is performed. Okay, so basically there are two broad categories of vocal cord surgery. One is open surgery, another one is closed surgery. Okay, so open surgery, it is the surgery that is performed by normal surgical procedure. Surgical means making an incision and opening it and removing it. So that is the open surgery. And the second type is the closed one, which is endoscopic approach. Endoscopic means through the opening like our mouth or nose, some tube will be inserted. So using that, the surgery is performed. Okay, so that is endoscopic method. Okay, so the laser comes under the endoscopic method. The diagram shows how the laser surgery is used for removing the vocal cord tumor. Okay, so here everything is PC, means everything is computerized and computer controlled. So based on that, the laser is applied through the vocal cord and it is used for removing the tumor. Okay, so here during this surgical process or during this removal process, the patient's blood pressure, pulse rate and the temperature, body temperature is continuously monitored and it is given to the computer in order to adjust the intensity of the laser accordingly. Okay, so for this vocal cord surgery, we use CO2 laser, carbon dioxide laser is used for this purpose. Actually, the carbon dioxide is used for intensifying or concentrating the laser. Okay, so as the CO2 content is increased, the concentration of the laser is increased. Because of that, it will have strong penetration and high power. Okay, so it is actually directed or focused towards the tumor area and the tumor is easily removed. Okay, this principle is very similar to the sun rays and the glass, magnifying glass. Basically, you might have known that when the sun rays is allowed to made to fall on a magnifying glass, where the magnifying glass focus on a paper, because of the sun rays, and since the magnifying glass focus on the entire beam and concentrates on a single area, the paper start to burn. Okay, so the same concept is applied in CO2 laser. The CO2 actually concentrates the laser. So because of that concentrating, the laser becomes more penetrating and powerful. Okay, so the CO2 lasers are used because of that. It is very precise. Precise means the removal is very accurate when compared to the surgical process. Okay, or the open surgical when compared to the open surgical process, the laser CO2 laser surgery or removal of tumor is very accurate. Okay, and here it is there is no or less bleeding. Okay, so this process doesn't have any or no or less bleeding happens, and it is less inflammatory. That means the inflammation is actually reduced, because normally during vocal cord surgery that is made by open surgery, the entire area will have more bleeding, as well as it is fully inflamed, but it is not happening during the CO2 laser process. Okay, and the recovery time, because of this less bleeding, the recovery time is very fast. Okay, but this CO2 laser, okay, it is having a risk. The risk in having the laser surgery is actually it not only affects the tumor, but also it will affect the surrounding area also. Okay, so because of that, we should have a safety precaution before having this surgery. Okay, so what is the safety precaution? We should wear protective wear. Okay, so some protective wear must be made around the area that are not to be exposed by the laser. Okay, and again some wet cloth will be applied over the eye in order to protect the eye from the laser. Okay, and the next is, because of the presence of CO2, the entire apparatus may easily get fire. So because of that, usage of oxygen tube is very much reduced here. Okay, so we shouldn't use any breathing tube or anything, as it will increase the risk of getting fire. Okay, now let's see brain surgery. Okay, so the surgery that are used for removing tumors in brain are called brain surgery. Okay, so there are two types of tumors in brain. One is benign tumors. Benign means they are the starting stage of tumor that can be easily removed by surgery. Okay, and the second type is malignant tumor. Malignant tumor means very harmful and dangerous tumors, because they are very last stage tumors. It includes, in addition to surgery, chemotherapy and radiations should also be given in order to treat the tumors. Okay, so there are two types, benign and malignant. So in both types, the brain tumors, the tumors inside the brain are removed. Okay, so basically brain surgery is having the following goals. The first is they will diagnose the tumor. Okay, so that means where it is located, how much level or intense it is, the tumor is growing. So that is first identified. So that is diagnosis, and then based upon that, surgery, not only laser, any surgery can be performed. So that is the second goal of the brain surgery. And after the surgery, so reduction of symptoms or reducing the symptoms is achieved. That means how the quality of life of the patient is improving, how the intercranial, that means the pressure inside the brain is reducing. So they will monitor the quality of life. Okay, so that is the third step. And the fourth goal is, even if it is not improving, they will be giving chemotherapy and radiation to the patient. Okay, so and finally they will be doing laser surgery towards the over the brain tumor. Okay, so these are the goals achieved for a brain surgery. Okay, so there are 5 different surgical techniques that are applied. It will be depend upon the intensity of the tumors. Okay, so first is stereotactic surgery. Okay, so stereotactic technique is nothing but taking some 3-dimensional image of the brain. Okay, so that image is called as stereotaxy. So this image is taken in order to find the location of the tumor. Okay, position of the tumor, where the tumor is located. So then only we can apply laser or anything. So stereotactic technique is applied for identifying the location of the tumor. Okay, and the second is embolization. Embolization means it is the process of blocking the blood supply to the tumor. Okay, so once the tumor location is identified, what they will do, they will block the blood supply. Okay, so they will identify the artery, the specific artery through which the blood is supplied to the tumor. So they will block the artery. Okay, so the blood supply will be blocked. So that process is called embolization. Okay, and the third is endoscopy. So by using some devices, they will insert into the opening like a mouth or nose. Through that, they will be monitoring the brain, the tumor location here also. Okay, so here also they will identify the location. Okay, and finally laser surgery is made. So based upon the location that are identified by endoscopy and stereotaxy, what they will do, they will perform with the help of these two, they will perform the laser surgery. So these two technique will help the laser to point over the tumor area in accurate manner. Okay, so after the laser surgery, what is happening? Sometimes if it is needed, photodynamic laser surgery is also made. Photodynamic laser is nothing but it is a therapy or a technique where a photosensitizing drug that I have taught you in the previous class, photosensitizing drug is injected into the patient's body. So once the drug is injected, the drug will be accumulated to the cancer area or the tumor area. So now the tumor is contains the photosensitizing drug. Okay, so at this time, when the laser light is allowed to fall on this tumor, what will happen? The tumor, the photosensitizing drug inside the tumor will be reacting with this light and it will be activated. So the drug is activated and the activated drug will kill the tumor or it will remove the tumor. So that process is called photodynamic laser. Okay, so here we use a photosensitizing drug and a laser. So the laser activates the drug, and because of that the tumor is removed. Okay. So it is having some disadvantage also for photo dynamic laser. The main disadvantage is if the tumor is not sensitive to the light, okay, or the photosensitive drug, it is not used. Okay, if it is photosensitive, if it is reacting to the laser light and the photosensitizing drug, then only the tumors are removed. If it is not sensitive, the tumors cannot be removed. Okay, and the next drawback it is having a danger of swelling. Okay, so because of that, the brain, very sensitive parts like the stem of brain, for that area, this process or this technique cannot be applied. The photosensitizing drug process cannot be applied over very sensitive areas. Okay.